Okay, so I'm going to be comparing these two headsets here. Well, technically this is the Color Cross, but it's by a different company. It's the same headset though. So basically it's the Color Cross, same exact headset, and the Homido virtual reality headset. I upgraded over this to the Homido. It's definitely an upgrade. I'm going to be talking about them individually right now. Okay, so here's the, well, it says Easy Life, but we're going to call it the Color Cross. So some of this, it's got, you know, bigger FOV than the Google Cardboard. However, some things that I found to be an issue with this headset is that you could see the walls inside of the headset, and they are glossy, so the light reflects from your phone off of the inside of the headset. So that really removes a lot of the immersion, and on top of that you can see the sides and the top and bottom of your screen, so that really kills it. So it's almost like you're looking down a tunnel with light bouncing around, and then there's a 3D image in front of you somewhere, and you really have to try your hardest to try to feel immersed in the VR experience. And you know, that kind of sucks. After a while, you have a strap here, yeah, goes over the top of your head and sides. But after a while, there was some foam in here, some kind of foam, which I wish they used here, like foam, some kind of foam. There was something in here that held your phones from falling out of the headset, but that just like deteriorated really fast, and then every time I put my phone in here, it just slides out and I risk breaking my phone. In fact, I'm surprised my phone actually still is in good condition, because it has hit the floor a few times because of this headset. I have had to do some modifications to raise the comfort level of the phone, of the headset. This nose piece was really freaking sharp and really hurt your nose a lot. I filed it down a bit to get it kind of smooth, but it's still painful to use. It's hard, and it rests on your nose very uncomfortably, especially at the bridge of your nose here. Then it has this piece of like rubber gasket around here instead of like foam, and it's just might as well be nothing at all, because it really does not, it doesn't really help any. It jams into your face and like puts lines all over your face, so you end up with red lines on your nose and your face and everything, and you may end up feeling a little awkward if you have to go out and you have all these red lines all over your face. So that's a bad thing. The lenses can move like forward and backwards, you know, forward, side, whatever. You have to screw it out a bit to get it to be towards your eyes, and then screw it in to be closer to the screen. Now, the screen of the phone is way too far from the lenses, so that's why you end up seeing like you end up seeing more of the sides of the screen, top and bottom and everything. And if you put it closer to your eyes, you'll see more of the screen. I noticed a bit more of a 3D effect when it was closer to my eyes, but you'll see more of the sides of the screen. Then when you push it back, there's less of a 3D effect and less of the screen, but there's still the sides and top and bottom of the screen is still there, and it's kind of annoying. So the lenses will screw out. I was able to see from this eye, and it created an annoying effect. From this eye, I was able to see this side of the screen, and it created this oddball effect that drove me crazy. It was like almost like a line. It's hard to explain. It's like this weird line, and there was no centering your phone. There was nothing. There was nothing you could do to get rid of that annoying effect. So you could maybe reduce it, but you really couldn't get rid of it. And that was annoying. So that's that. I actually at one point, because if you see, well, let me show. In here, there's this. It's hard to actually point it out, but in here I can stick my finger like up through there, and you could see through that. That's what you were able to see through. And at one point I actually stuck something there to get rid of that annoying effect, but it just kind of annoyed me when I was using the headset, so I just removed it because it was getting in the way of trying to adjust everything. So that kind of ruined things. So yeah, what else can I say about this? Not much positive. I mean, I guess you get it may be better than Google Cardboard simply because you get a better field of view. But I mean, I guess it's cheap as well. If I was gonna base VR on this headset, on my experience with this headset, I would say it was boring as hell. I would say it was maybe not the most. It was cool at first. The first time I saw it, I was like, "Holy shit, this is awesome!" And then after a little while, I was like, "All right, whatever. This kind of blows. If this is what VR is like, So it was like it's cool, but I had to like force myself to feel immersed in the experience. Which, yeah, this wasn't that great, and it's very uncomfortable. And the only thing is, it's cheap. And I guess it's better than Google Cardboard, but it's very uncomfortable, and I really don't like it. That's why I wanted to upgrade and try something better. Alright, so now we go to the Homido headset, which I recently purchased. So we have a better field of view in the Homido headset. This is like the DK2 lenses we have here, basically, the size of the lenses. A whole bunch of different cups for the lenses for different eyesight stuff, whatever. Then we have actual foam around here. This is foam, not that rubber. A lot of people have said that you cannot remove this, but I'm going to prove that wrong by removing it. And yeah, so it can be removed. There's a little piece of plastic on there, and you just remove it from there. So that's that. So you can clean it. So you don't have to have a sweaty piece of foam that smells like shit on you. So you can clean it. I haven't cleaned it yet, so I got to do that. So it wouldn't hurt. I just got to figure out how you're supposed to clean it. I'll just like wipe it or something. I don't know. But I'd like to clean it in a way that's actually not going to make it smell more. Because sometimes if you try to wipe it, I would imagine it may end up smelling kind of like a mildewy, disgusting, putrid, vile smell. And that's that. But if you do notice, right here, I cut this. Right here and here off this plastic right here. It was too sharp. And it dug into my nose, making it very uncomfortable to use. So I couldn't even use this. It was easier to actually use this Color Cross headset for longer than the Homido headset, just because it had those sharp things digging into my nose. So I removed those, kind of smoothed it out with a sanding block so that it wouldn't do that. And now it's fairly comfortable to use. It's just that gouging, sharp friggin' thing there drove me nuts. Okay. So, some of the negative points about this. More light seeps in to this, and I actually didn't mention this. This allows light to seep in like through, these little kind of holes here where they have where you can do this. Yeah. So basically light will seep in through here a little bit. Not terribly, but it's easy to ignore, especially if you turn the lights out. It's okay. So that's a plus for this. But this, as far as this goes, there's a lot of light that seeps in, especially in the nose area. The nose area has a huge part where your nose, it's to help you breathe, I guess, but you can see the light coming in through here, and also through the holes where the straps go. You'll be able to see some light in there. But to its defense, normally you're focusing in the eye area here, and your phone is there, and you're focusing on what's going on in there, so in the 3D world, and you normally don't notice the light. You just normally are completely distracted by what's going on in the headset. However, if you do get you can become focused on the light and be annoyed by it. And it's more light than is let in with the color cross, so that's kind of annoying. Trying to think of other annoyances this headset has, because all in all, it's a good experience. Oh, I was in fact able to see. Now this is mostly for 5-inch devices. You can use it with bigger devices, but you know they a lot of people have experienced where the screen is cut off, so those devices are actually too big. Even though you can put it in here, it cuts off the screen. So that's that. But I have seen a slight amount of the sides of the screens. Not the top and bottom, but the sides every now and then, depending on the app. If you have a dark app, a lot of times you don't notice it because the sides of, well, it depends on your phone, but my phone is black. So the size of the screen in a dark app, you don't notice it. And like, yeah, that's that. What else? So because the phone is now closer to your eyes, you don't have this, the immersion is really good. It's very believable. Apps that you may not have liked in the past may end up becoming really good. A few roller coaster apps that I now really like, which I didn't really care for before. The bigger field of view is nice, so you have more. You see more of the screen is covering your eyes. You just have a bigger field of view, and you can not see the edge of the screen so clearly. You don't see the insides of the walls of the screen or the walls of the headset or anything like that. There's no like glossy light bouncing around in there. And of course you have the adjustments that you can make. So I can take this and I can make this further from, I can come out like that and pull it in, so I don't have to like screw the lenses in and out and have them end up falling out because I screwed them out too much. You have the dial on top, which will change the positioning of the eyes like that. Definitely more comfortable to wear once you, like I said, modify it. It's got like these kind of holes. This is supposed to, I guess, help not fog up the lenses, but I still get the lenses still fog up. So that's still an issue. Putting the phone in here is a pain in the ass, especially if you have to launch your app and try to get it in there as fast as humanly possible to get your to get your app running properly. You'll basically have to do a speed thing where when this is really tight, it's not going to drop your phone. That's a plus side, and I could fit it in with the case I have on my S4, so I can pull it out really far like that. But it takes a lot of force to pull out, and trying to put your fragile phone in there when you're doing this it's a little frustrating. So that's a little annoying, and I think they could have done a better job with that. There's no magnet. Both of these have no magnet, though. So none of these have a magnet. You can use a magnet around your house. I have a magnet that I keep with it normally, and I could just swipe the magnet, and it works that way. For the most part, this is a huge upgrade as far as immersion goes, comfort, everything. Like I said, the only thing you got to do is you probably should you're going to have to, like, mod it. It feels like you shouldn't have to. I mean, it feels like, why did you wear this before you actually sold it? But, you know, you can do a slight modification and get it very comfortable on your head. And the immersion is excellent. You have a nice field of view, especially for 5-inch devices. It's nice for upgrade to from a 5-inch when you have a 5-inch phone, because with this, like I said, I saw the sides of the screen, the top and bottom, and it really removed you from the experience. Whereas this, you really don't have that problem, and it really feels. It very much feels like you're there, and that's a lot better. I have not tried PC gaming with this, or using what the hell, it's trying this VR with this device. I'm not really that big with using this with PC gaming, or even games in general. I actually like just apps. I like the apps on the Play Store. I like apps more than games which I was surprised, because I thought I would like games more than apps. But yeah, the apps I like. They're with streaming, you tend to get this little bit of a what's it called? A delay, like latency issues. So when you turn your head, it makes it very hard to be immersed in an application when you have like latency when turning your head, like bad latency. And of course, a lot of the times you're using like this mouse emulation, and it's not very realistic. And it has like this acceleration a lot of times where the mouse will throw itself, kind of, and it really is frustrating to try to use. Outside, there are a couple apps that actually support true head tracking and stuff. So, you know, Trinus VR also supports real head tracking methods. No, you know, positional tracking, but you can move your head around and stuff, whatever. So for the most part, when using these apps, I was really happy with it. Can I recommend this as an upgrade? Okay, if you're dying to upgrade right now, then yes. However, if you can wait, Seymour, company who makes a lot of cool virtual reality apps in the Play Store, some of the best ones, is actually working on a really nice looking headset. And it definitely looks like it could take this and piss on it, because, yeah, it just looks really cool. And I think it's the same price, if anything. Well, I paid less than the actual full price for this, so it's probably more now. But I think, I don't want to quote the price because I don't remember 100%, but their headset looks really nice. It has its own built-in sensors. It has screens for gaming. I don't know if the sensors work with gaming, like virtual reality, or if they're just like to strap a fucking monitor or something, or try to make it look like there's a big screen on your head, or if it actually works with tracking and all that. Not sure about that, but the headset itself looks really nice, and like I said, it has the built-in sensors. So if you're having drift issues, it should correct those drift issues. And I know their apps are going to support those sensors, and their apps are really good. So that I would have to recommend over this. But if you're really dying and you have to upgrade now, I could say get it. Just, you know, I would definitely recommend holding out. Don't buy Seymour's right away. Wait for someone else to do that. Maybe me. And then find out maybe it sucks. I don't know. Maybe it would suck more than this, and find out that you should have bought this anyways. But for the most part, I think you should wait. But this is a huge improvement over the Color Cross or Easy Life, whatever you want to call it. Same shit, different day. Yeah, like I said, so if you can hold out, if you can't, this is actually a really good option, and is a huge upgrade over this thing, which this is like a toy compared to this. Well, they're technically both toys, but whatever. You know what I mean. This is basically shit compared to this. And if you if this was your idea of mobile VR and how good it could get, then you're probably going to think it can only suck. Whereas if you use this, you'll be probably blown away. And if this is your first headset, then you'll really be blown away. So definitely, this is well worth the money I paid for it. It could be better, but I didn't pay that whole $99 that they're charging, and it's a lot more comfortable, better immersion, blah blah blah. So thank you for watching, and see you again later.
In this video, you'll be learning how to set up Ignis VR headset. Ignis VR uses your smartphone and lets you step into virtual world. To begin with, take your smartphone, unlock it, navigate to Play Store, just type VR on the search bar. You can find ton of VR applications. There are also VR applications available on iOS and Windows Phone Store. For our convenience, I have pre-downloaded an app and I'm flashing it right away. Keep your phone aside for a moment. Take Ignis VR headset into your hands. You can find a ridge on top of the headset. Pluck it out, and this should open the flap. Inside the flap, you can find a mobile tray. It can easily accommodate 4 to 6 inch smartphone. Insert your smartphone as shown. Make sure that the separator of the headset and separator on the screen are in line. Close the flap, and that's it, you're all set. Now strap on the headset. There is an interpupillary distance adjustment scroller above your headset. As I scroll, you can see the lens move. The way to calibrate this setting is, when you see through the lens, make sure you won't view the separator. And this should be a perfectly calibrated setting. There are also focus adjustment knobs at the left and right. While most of us need not adjust this setting, and this might help the people with higher eye power. It's a great piece of technology made accessible by Ignis, and you should be experiencing it right away.